Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. This is MatSec. We are back with another video, Airplane from Tryhackme. This room is all about first you need to find an uncommon port which is running on the server, and then we need to exploit a web application using a directory traversal vulnerability. Using that vulnerability, we need to find what service is running on this port and need to exploit this service and get an initial foothold, and then we have to laterally move into another user. After that, we need to try to escalate the root privileges. So that's been said, let's get into hacking. First, let me start my OpenVPN. Then we'll move into directory which is I already have created for Airplane. First, let me start my nmap scan, which is nmap sc for default scripts, sv to enumerate the version, t4 to speed up the scans. We need a mission IP, which is this, and paste it over here. And then we need to save the output as normal and saving it as initial. And also we need to add the port from 1 to 10,000. Enter. After a few minutes, nmap scan has been completed. If you see here, port 22 has been opened, which is SSH, and 6048, we doesn't know what service is running on this port, and 8000, which is HTTP. And also in this 8000 port, there is an domain which is mapped to this IP. So what we can do is we'll first go and map that domain in our in the IP. So just going into the etc host file. So we need to copy the IP and paste it here, and then to airplane.thm and save it. Control X, Y, enter. Now we have to go to airplane. This one. Okay. So this is working now. In this website, what I can see is this is getting fetching this index.html from the page parameter. So I always like to test for directory traversal whenever I see this kind of fetching a local file from parameter. So we'll go here, just adding a backslash, go into the back directory, and then etc password, enter. So the password file has been downloaded. If you click it, you can see the password file content has been downloaded. So we have successfully downloaded it. So now what we can do, and we doesn't know what service is running on the port 6048. You see here, we doesn't know what service is running on this port. Using this directory traversal vulnerability, what we can do is Linux file system always contain information about the process on the directory proc. Using proc id and command line, we can find what process and the information about the process running on the system. So we have to, it will be looking like proc id and command line. So we have to give an ID of the process so that we can find what service is running on those IDs. But we doesn't know which ID will be mapped to this port. So what we can do is we can create a Python script to brute force this and find the exact value of what we are looking for. We are looking for 6048 port. So I have asked ChatGPT to build a Python script for me, like to brute force the PID and get the information about the port 6048. So this is the prompt which I have given, and it given me a script. But what it does is this is going like a proc self command line. This all those payload I don't need. I just need command line. So what I again did is change slightly to find the port 6048. Use only proc id command line. So I just gave, and also I asked to brute force only from 1 to 1000 process IDs. So again, this given me a script. This was the script. So, and also I given the base URL as this and the vulnerable parameter as this. I'm just copying this and we'll move into our local system. We'll save it as mousepad port enumeration.py. and we are saving this file. Now we'll run this python 3 port enum.py. Enter. So after a few minutes, I found that in port 6048, GDB server is running. So immediately what I did is I just wanted to search for GDB server exploit. So immediately we found an block from Hacktricks. I'm just clicking that. And GDB server is a tool that enables the debugging of programs remotely. So this is the server which is used to debug the programs remotely. So this server can be accessed remotely. So that's the thing. So what we'll do now is we have to create a MSF Venom payload. So which is this? We have to copy this and paste it into our local machine. And we have to replace the IP, which is ours. So my interface is done 0. So for you it will differ. So please do accordingly. And then I have to save the file as binary.elf. That means an executable linkable format. Elf file and enter. Okay, it has created successfully. Now what we have to do is I'm just gonna start this server. So copy this and paste it over here. So I have already installed GDB here. If you didn't have in your mission, you have to just go sudo apt install GDB. That's it. So then what we have to do is we have to set our target. So the target will be Airplane THM and the port will be 6048. Enter. So this is setting up the target. So after this, we have to put a binary elf file into the server. So we have to copy this and paste it here. If you do this, you will not get the file won't get uploaded because the permission will be denied, because we don't have the permission in the home folder. But mostly we will be having permission on temp, dev shm or opt. So I'm just gonna guess like remote put binary elf on dev shm and binary elf. Enter. Now the file is successfully uploaded, and we have to set an execution. We have to execute a file, which is this. So it is not in the home directory. So you have to change this to dev hm. Enter. So now next we have to run. So before that, what we have to do is we have to start our netcat listener, which is nclvnp and 444. So that's the port we have mentioned on the payload. Now we will run. Yes. So now the payload gets executed. So we need to wait for some time. Okay. We see here we have connected to the mission. Now type ID. The ID is Hudson, GID is Hudson, and the group we are in Hudson. Okay. And first I like to check for the users. CD home, ls. We have Carlos, Hudson. So we'll go for CD Carlos. We don't have access. CD Hudson. Have access, but I don't find anything interesting here. We don't have anything interesting here. So I like to upgrade my shell. So Python C import pty and semicolon pty on bin bash bracket and double quotes. Enter. Very good. Now I'm going to export equal to extern. So this helps to use all the commands like clear all those things. Then I'm gonna background this. Again, I'm gonna take this uh, thing on foreground and enter. Okay, all fine. Now we have made the shell more stable. Okay, we'll find what and all permissions we have. I mean, what and all binaries we have permission to access. Like find on directory perm user as set UID. We're gonna redirect to output to null. I mean, all the errors to null. So we have this binary which we can access using a set UID. GTFO bins is a great, great resource to find all those binaries, which and all we can bypass the security, local security. So you can check here. I'm just gonna find, and I'm gonna click SUID. In SUID, there is something what we can execute. So I'm just gonna copy this, and I don't need this. I just need find alone. So I'm just copying this, and I just wanted to paste it here and enter. After this, immediately I get into another shell. So if you type ID here, it's again Hudson, GID is Hudson, but if you see there is a new one called EUID, Carlos. That means an effective user ID. So now you can access the Carlos directory, CD Carlos. Sorry, we have to move to first home and CD Carlos. Then we have the user text. So you can just open and see. But I just wanted to root this. So okay, and LS, sorry, LSLA. You have an SSH, so we'll move to SSH, whether we can find any IDRSA. We don't have any. So what I'm thinking of is we'll generate an IDRSA key. We'll upload there. So IDRSA, enter, enter, enter. Okay, we have created the IDRSA key. So we have to go to the public key. Get this out. So this is the public key. You have to copy this and move to shell. Echo, paste this and double quotes. So you have to save this in authorized keys. Enter. Now all good. So now from our local system, what we can do is fetch IDRSA. So paste the IP here. Just enter. Yes. Okay, now we have connected to Carlos successfully. Immediately I like to do like sudo l to check the privileges. So we can run a Ruby script on root directory with the sudo privileges. So what we can do is I'll check for Ruby in GTFO bins, whether we can do what we can do. Ruby and sudo. We have a script which is execute binary, sorry, bin.sh. So just copying that. And what we have to do is move to cd temp, and then I'm just gonna echo paste this thing here, this alone, and then we have to save as root.rb. That means Ruby file extension. So move to the directory, and then what we can do is sudo ruby temp dot root temp slash root.rb. Enter. Okay, so I'm sorry, we have made some mistakes because we cannot execute it directly. So what we can do is sudo ruby root. So only we can execute the ruby from, I mean ruby script from the root directory. So I'm just typing root and then getting back to the temp directory, and from there I'm gonna execute this ruby script root rb. Enter. At last we have get into this box. So now what we can do, cd root check, we have a root.txt. So this is the easy method to root this box. If you like this video, please subscribe and share to your friends. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great day. Bye.